there's something called the founder's feel. And there's nobody but the founders that start a company that can express what that is as much. And Mindy and Bethany, being the co-founders of the company, I thought are the best ones to talk to you about why the mission is powerful and how it drives people.
Thank you, Bob, for the nice introduction. The Damsel mission, the power that moves people. When Bethany and I started this company, and for those of you that haven't seen it, the Damsel story is in your training portal for you to go watch. But when Bethany and I started this company, we knew that there was a need. We identified that was very clear, but God evolved that need into the mission that is Damsel. And that mission, in the years as we've grown, has developed into a ministry of sorts. What it is now is not how it started, and that may ring true for you also in your business.
Yeah, our mission starts here with our vision in the home office, and I'll just read it to you. Our goal is to follow God's lead in creating a culture where our passion for people and the principles by how we treat them are a priority. Our vision is to leave a legacy of leadership where equipped employees are empowered to serve our Damsel pros who are driven by a mission that provides healing to the hurt, opportunity to the oppressed, and hope to the helpless. Our hope is that when you interact with our home office, anyone here, pro support, shipping, you feel and see them living it out.
And that is our vision for our company, and our belief is that when you take care of your people, they take care of the business. And that applies to you as leaders. When you take care of your team members, they take care of your business, and same with customers. So we really believe in that philosophy. But that's our vision here for our home office, which extends out to our mission, and the mission that you all know and love very well. So, of course, the Damsel mission.
Our mission is to equip, empower, and educate. And it may sound like those are just three simple words, but there's so much more to that. Last week on the director call, Bob asked people to share their why, and there's a thread on Facebook, and so we're just going to read a few to you. My why. I have always loved to help people. I am a retired correctional counselor, which means I worked at a male prison for 17 years. I have had to read my fair share of rape cases. After retiring, I had tried other direct sales companies and would see the passion on my upline's faces. However, I did not have that. When I saw a booth for Damsel in Defense at a function, I instantly fell in love with the whole company, the mission, the product, everything. Now when I talk about Damsel, I light up. I now know what it is to have passion about a product. My why has not changed.
Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. We recently sent out a survey to all active Damsel pros, and just trying to get a temperature gauge for our field and why they joined and what their passion is and what draws them to the company and what we can improve upon, because we always want to know where we can improve. But it was mind-blowing when we looked at those results to see of all of those surveyed, 80% of you joined this company because of our mission. The mission is what drew you to this. And so I want you all to keep that in mind when you're out building your teams. If 80% of you joined this company because of the mission, those are your potential team members. Those are the people that are going to be drawn to your business. There is absolutely money to be made here. There's no question about that. But we really want to make sure that we are mission-minded, especially when we're out there and we're looking for potential team members. We just closed out our final drop-ins for this season, and our last drop-in we did was in Northern California, in Rancho Cordova. And I've always wanted to do this, but I've honestly never been brave enough. And Janice Lavelle got up, and she was sharing. And during her speech, she was brave, and she asked for everyone in that room, which there was nearly 200 people in that room, for those that have been impacted by sexual assault to please stand. And to watch as nearly half of the room stood, everybody in that room could feel, you could physically feel the mission come to life in that room when all those women took ownership of being survivors and standing and saying, this was my past, but this is who I am now. For those of you that have not experienced sexual assault firsthand, or your loved ones have not been affected by it or impacted by it firsthand, I wanted to share, Robin Padilla is one of our directors, and she's been with Damsel for 2.5 years. And at our first conference, Bethany and I were able, our first leadership, we were able to do a senior mentor break-off session, and we were able to go into a room with about 15 senior mentors and sit, and what was slated for that time to have been business building and training wound up being just a sharing session where these women went around the room to introduce themselves, and these stories of tragedy into triumph, person after person, just completely changed Bethany and I's lives and perspective on this business. And so Robin was so grateful to give us her story, and I wanted to take a couple minutes to share that with you on this call. So let me get that playing right now.
Damsel's personal for me. I was a victim of, is it sexual assault from your own father, who molested all 3 of his daughters? I got out when I was 17, never shared that with my family. I mean, my sisters, we all knew, but we didn't share it with my mother. We never told her. He was an alcoholic and all that, abusive, verbally, physically, everything, you name it, that was how he was. Then I met a man in high school, and I thought this was going to be perfect, and married him right out of high school. Knew him for a couple of years, so it wasn't like a rush thing. I didn't, have to. And then I saw signs. He was a stalker while we were married. I'd be out delivering mail, and I'd be at someone's door giving them a package or having them sign something, and he'd be there. It's like, why are you here? What were you there so long for? What'd you do, So I was on pins and needles for 20 years. He got mad about something one time and tried to run me over with his car because I didn't show up somewhere at a certain time. 2 children, I kept them pretty much away from him, and I did what he wanted just not to cause a situation. He tried to shoot me a couple times. It wasn't every day 20 years of abuse, but it was 20 years of fear for sure. Unfortunate for him, he committed suicide, and I used to pray to God, why doesn't he leave? Why? But I never lost faith, and now I know why, because I needed to be healed. I just feel that I have something that I can give back and help others. And you gave us a challenge of, what's your word? Purpose. We have value. I have value. Somebody needs me, having them, call me and say, can you come share that with my girls? Can you share this with my neighborhood watch? And it's just the most blessed feeling that is feeding me. And now I'm just like, whoa, there's no stopping me, because I know I'm going to go out there and I'm going to reach everybody, and I know whatever happens after that is just going to be icing on the cake. Opening up Damsel mission base has just like opened up this huge door for survivors, because that's what we are. I want to live. I didn't never have that. I couldn't be me with either my dad or my first husband, and now I get to be me.
So Robin, Robin is just one voice, one woman that has gained back her voice from the mission of Damsel and from what Damsel's offering in her life. For those of you that were at conference last year, you saw 4 women that got up on stage that shared similar stories of tragedy into triumph. I love to share stories like that because I feel that it solidifies our mission, but I also like to say you don't have to have been affected by tragedy to be effective in this business. You can be, because you're a mom that has a daughter that you want to be able to protect her future, because you're a woman and you're disgusted by the statistics and you want to be a part of making a difference. You don't have to have a story to be successful, but these stories all around us are what fuel us and what push us forward in this mission and sharing it. There's a couple more. Let's do a couple more, Beth.
I saw this incredible opportunity to start with a brand new company that was doing something completely different, original and needed. I wanted to have a job where I can stay home with my kiddos. They are little for such a short time, and I didn't want to miss it. Money to support my family is still my number one reason. Of course, it's not about the money, but what the money means. It means I get to be home with my kids every day. It means getting to watch all of their firsts. It means I call the shots and have total flexibility with my schedule. It means being able to participate in all of the classroom activities. The mission, the stories I hear, the awareness we are bringing to the world, the lives that we are changing is what fuels my fire and keeps me going and on track.
I love that because, again, I share, this is a mission-based company, but it is a company and it is an opportunity. And if Bethany and I wanted to volunteer our times for the rest of our lives and be away from our kids, we would have gone and started a church. But we felt a calling that was very specific on our lives, and it was to create a business opportunity for women to not only gain healing from past hurts, but also financial freedom. And so the mission is the foundation of this company. God has grounded that. He has given it to us, and we are called to it. But there is a business opportunity here that is funding households and creating freedom in people's lives in a way that we could not be any more honored to lead the charge on. So we are very aware that not everyone joins this company because of the mission, although it happens to be quite contagious, and once it catches hold of you, your gears shift a little bit. But there are many people that are drawn because this is a ground floor opportunity, because there's great opportunity. It's an untapped market. Come aboard. Come join us. All right, last one.
My initial attraction to DID was because I love the products and just had to have more weapons for myself. I joined because I was so passionate about being able to provide these products to all my friends and family so they too can be equipped and ready to defend themselves just in case danger found them. I had no idea the magnitude and influence the mission would have on me in addition to our awesome product. Our mission was a perfect addition to our ministry with empowering and educating women. It has been the perfect mesh to my current lifestyle and just continues to grow. I love the vision and the public display from our co-founders' love for Christ. That's the icing on the cake for me to grow with this company. My why hasn't changed much other than my desire to find like-minded people who share my passion and join our mission. So building a team is what has changed, or should I say what has given me a new goal to achieve in the process. Becoming a director would be fantastic, but just wearing a title isn't my goal. Rather, having team members who are truly passionate and committed about their Damsel business and what we have to offer. Our mission is way more valuable and heartfelt to me than a commission.
The reality is God founded this business. He simply chose Bethany and I because we are willing vessels. We will never refrain from proclaiming that and giving God all the glory in this business. That being said, we also like to be very forthcoming that everyone is welcome in this company. This is a joint effort in this mission, and we want everyone of all walks, of all faiths, of all belief systems in this mission with us. No one is to be turned away regardless. We are in the business of people and loving people, and that is our calling. And so we always like to share that as well. And I think it's ironic that Bob asked Bethany and I do this call, and the call is the Damsel mission, the power that moves people. And here Bob Hipple sits next to us, completely unaffected by sexual assault, crying like a baby through the entire call. So there's that. And the mission that moves people. Bob, you were physically moved, relocated by this mission. So I think that God has pulled specific people to this company and this mission for specific reasons. I am continuously floored by how God continues to connect the dots in this mission. There's something about this mission that God just has his hand of blessing on, that it continues to move people. People within Damsel, people outside of Damsel, people are drawn to it. It is magnetic, and it is making a difference. So that is the Damsel mission, Bob. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
If you can pull yourself together.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. I've always had a passion. I've raised daughters. I have a wife, and there's many things in my life that have directed me to assist and help women in their lives. There are, thousands of direct sales companies, and there's great companies out there that are doing great things. All of them have something in common, and that is they have a product or service, right, plus an opportunity. And that's common across all of them. And they all provide an opportunity, a financial opportunity. They all provide a community, especially in a party plan model where women can get together, they can have personal development, and they can do a lot of good things in their lives. The difference, though, between Damsel and Defense and all the rest is that we have a product, we have an opportunity, but we have a mission. So instead of just product and opportunity, we have product, opportunity, and mission. And so it becomes that really the life-saving blood that goes through this business, the glue that holds it together and that makes it so unique out there for so many people, because you can join a lot of companies and make money and get personal development and help people in their lives become financially independent. But where can you go and join a company that also saves the lives of women and children and helps survivors speak about and come forward in a healing way to come forward about the things in their lives? Great companies are original. And one of the things I've shared with Mindy and Bethany is that they created something when they created Damsel in Defense. I mean, there was nobody out there selling personal protection items in the direct sales industry. A couple of people have popped their heads up along the way because they see the success that you're having and the company's having. Great companies are created original. That's where you get the Googles, the Amazons. They're original. That's how I see Damsel in Defense, as the original that has that founder's feel, that has that mission woven in. As you know, I was a business consultant to the company. I wrote the comp plan, helped mentor Mindy and Bethany along the way early on, and so they were a client. And I had lots of clients, and you have lots of clients who say, "Come join the company. Why don't you come here?" Because you build a kind of a bond with them. As you know, I came and spoke at the first annual conference. It was at that conference that something clicked in me and my wife, and we said, "There's something different about this company." And we already knew about the mission, but there was something. I pushed it away. I pushed away the offers to come here to work in the company. I was comfortable in my lifestyle with my wife, where we were living. I wasn't moving, and I wasn't going inside a corporation again. But I couldn't get it out of my mind, and it was the mission that was so compelling that I finally said to my wife, we both agreed, we need to go. Honestly, we didn't know why. We just needed to be here and uproot our life and move to Boise. And I'll let you know this. In your path to director and beyond, there will be hurdles. Hold on to the mission to be true. Hold on to your goals. Right after I had given a verbal commitment to the owners of the company, which means that's Mindy, Bethany, and their husbands, that I would come, I was contacted by the CEO of Origami Owl, who I had known for years. I had worked on other projects with her when she was at other companies. And she reached out and said, "Bob, I want to make an offer to you to come in and be over all of our sales. We want to expand into other countries. I've worked with you before. Would you come to Origami Owl? We'll make it well worth the income for you." And I shared with her, I said, I just made a verbal commitment to another company. I haven't signed an agreement. And we talked. I actually said, let's call tomorrow, because I was in between flights, and finally said I can't do it. And so I wanted to share with you that it was the mission. It was something here with Mindy and Bethany and what was going on. It wasn't financial. It was actually a financial cut to do what we're doing right now. Significant cut, especially when you add the Origami Owl on top of it. And that was an offer, was an accumulation of 30-plus years in the industry. And I thought, here's a company, in any other situation, I would have said, I'll be on the next plane to Chandler, Arizona, and let's talk. But instead, let's come to a startup that has all the risk in the world. So I just share that with you, okay? So let's do this. Let's open it up. Any question you want of Mindy and Bethany about the mission or, tied to this subject somehow. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Let's end the recording, and then we'll do all the questions on the back end.